And now, after 3 long weeks in digital hibernation, the elusive Hi of Hooligans emerge once more into the blinding light of YouTube. Notice their squinting eyes, unaccustomed to daylight, having spent countless hours surviving on energy drinks, controller crumbs, and questionable life choices. Their migration back to content creation is slow, cautious, as if they remember how to speak to actual humans again. But alas, they return, ready to spread chaos, aviation nonsense, and whatever else their caffeine-riddled brains can produce. Nature is healing.
Jackass. Welcome to Hi of Hooligans, everybody. I'm Scud. We're laughing at nothing right now because of the way Jimmy kicked off this episode. He's a jackass, and we'll leave that as a secret. I'm Scud. Jimmy Chaos is here. Fifi is here. We're back after 3 weeks off. But before we get too much into it, I'm sporting the NASA shirt. That's a sweet hoodie you got there, Jimmy.
Heart, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. And it looks like, Fifi, is that an Air Force PT shirt?
Is that
the old Air Force PT sweater from
it's
1999?
No, because it wouldn't fit. that wouldn't fit anymore. I'm like twice the size of what I used to be. No.
Bro, sit back a little bit.
No.
Lean back. You can totally see Air Force like where it used to be like pressed on there.
I bought this from Kohl's from the big and tall section.
God bless.
It does kind of at first look like the sweatshirt.
Do not make me take this shirt off.
Sweaties.
Do not make me take this shirt off and show my man boobs. Like to show you the tag on this.
All right. That would help us with so many visitors.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody.
Yeah. It's like when I'm streaming, I'm like, if you follow me, I'll show my belly button.
Like this.
All right. We have an episode out. Yay. It's been like 3 weeks. Our apologies. We decided we were going to go once every 2 weeks so that we had more time to put out better content, but also more time to like jump back in and have fun in the game. And then we started that, like, we now have more time and we didn't put out any content. We just all jumped in and we've just been playing DCS and neglecting this podcast.
It's been great though.
Dude, I have flown so much Warbirds in the last 2 weeks. Like,
I know it's been so.
I'm not even joking.
It's been nice.
Yeah,
it's been nice. It's like flying the A4 again, and then just flying the campaign. That campaign is insane now, by the way.
Yeah, we'll talk about the campaign. It's there's things we need to talk about it that have made it so good.
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry though the episode's late. We're just lazy 40-year-old video gamers that got lost in the game, and then all of a sudden we're like,
we should put out an episode.
well, and let's be like fully transparent. We did record an episode a few days ago, and it was like not good.
Crash.
And we're like back recording a whole new one and changing it up because it was like we've had 2 weeks off, and this is the content we're putting out. Like we definitely dropped the ball, and
yeah. And poor Grey Wolf sacrificed his computer for that episode too.
Yeah, he did. I think it was how bad the episode was, and not on him. He was awesome, but I think recording that episode,
we'll have to.
And how dry it was.
I don't know if it's our
Fridays.
news. I don't know if it's our news to share, but the little thing that he dropped in that episode in that recording, about
I think. Go ahead.
About what their upcoming stuff is going on with Grey Flag. Like,
I think it would be very worth
100%.
talking about. We should absolutely talk about that. Before
absolutely.
we get into that though, sponsor Fox 3 Managed Solutions. We want to thank.
We love you,
Luck.
Always.
And he's always jumping in our server and flying with us too. It was funny. Like
in the campaign now.
Yeah,
too.
he flew in the campaign. He joined in the other day, and then somebody that was new was like, "Is that like Luck from Fox 3? Is he
the Luck for Fox 3?
The Luck." So. And then, we want to thank our partners, Eagle Dynamics, Heat Blur, Granelli Design, DCS for Disabilities. Get well, Toby. We're waiting for you to get back.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you want to tell people about the giveaway? Remind them what's up with that?
Yes. Finger guns. So about a month ago, I was
got a
entrusted
lightsaber
by myself to announce the great.
Jesus Christ. All right. As you were.
Showing your age there, bud. I'm not in my 40s.
I'm not 40 yet.
A couple weeks ago, I was entrusted to announce and put out that we are going to be giving away a super duper ultra mega cool prize for 15,000 subs on YouTube. So we have Podbean, we have Spotify, we have Apple, we've got all those other for the podcast itself, like the audio only without the blessing of our face. But YouTube, we are at 14,000, we'll say, subscribers, plus or minus, depending on how many people don't like us that day.
That's fair.
Not everybody gets down on the poop jokes. But the day we hit 15,000, we're going to give away a MetaQuest 3, the good one, not the DCS, edge-to-edge pancake clarity. We're going to turn somebody to a flat panel warrior to a VR ace.
Or upgrade somebody from a
Yeah.
lesser VR to a better one.
Or if you got them kids and you need a Christmas present, we got you.
That's true.
We got lots of solutions.
That's true.
How do
Need
they
your
win,
mom
Jimmy?
Oh, so how do you win?
How do
That's
you
very
win?
easy. Down below, you'll have a
Tell
link
them
to
what
our
they want.
Discord. Click on it, and then go to the squadron bar and just put "I love the hooligans." Because if we force you to be our fan and say you love us, we might give you a MetaQuest 3.
Yeah,
subscribe.
We're buying your loyalty.
Subscribe so we hit 15.
Straight up.
Jump in the Discord, the squadron bar, like he said. Go to that channel. Type "I love the hooligans." We will search everyone who has typed that, and we will put it on a big wheel. And Fifi will be our Vanna White, and Jimmy will spin the wheel. And I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, and somebody will win. So cool. Before we jump any further, if you guys will indulge me, an apology, maybe an apology. Magnitude 3, who makes the F4 Corsair,
Yeah.
who have been awesome. I've been talking with one of the guys on their dev team and helping them gain some information about engine operations and engine management, and they've been awesome. We love the module. We have a whole episode about it. It's called "Why Everyone's Wrong About the Corsair." Go back and listen to it. It's probably one of the episodes I'm most proud of because of the amount of work we did diving into the manuals. But not this last patch, but a couple patches ago, they had said that they had added in force feedback for the trim in the airplane. And I went on our last podcast episode and I kind of blasted them a little bit because it was backwards. Like the trim axis was working the wrong way. When I trimmed the nose down, the stick would move nose up, and I had been disappointed in talking to them about it, and they've been asking me for information, and I've been in private channels bitching about how I can't fly the plane, and I really love it because it doesn't work. And despite all of my complaining and me throwing out that patch kind of broke the airplane on the last episode, there is an easy fix in the game. So it's not broken. You just need to know how to go in and set it up right.
Operator
and once
error.
I figured it out, it's fine. It works great. So if you're a force feedback person, how you fix it. And somebody even tried to walk me through this with another module, and they were even confused at how we couldn't figure it out because it's really tricky. You go into your adjust controls, and you've got the what is it called? File folder view, where you can click on each category.
So don't do foldable view.
Yeah, foldable view.
Click on the drop down.
So somebody was like, go into the axes, and there's a force feedback tune button. And every time I click on the axes drop down menu, it was like it wasn't there. And even people walking me through it were like, weird, you don't have that button. I guess we can't fix it. You have to get out of the foldable view, and then on the top, there's a drop down menu that is just for axes. When you go into the right area, on the bottom of your adjust controls menu will be a little force feedback tune button. And all I had to do was click the invert Y axis, and all of a sudden everything worked exactly as it's supposed to. And it was that simple. It was like a button click for me to fix this. So to Mag 3, I can fly your airplane again. It's awesome. I apologize for calling you guys out for breaking it when it wasn't broken.
Eat some crow.
Forgive me.
I flew the Corsair like the last 2 nights. Vader and I did the bridge bombing, the Korean War, actually last night. That was awesome. And we're like, oh man, it's just like the movie. And then a couple MiG-15 showed up and just wiped our butts all over the place because we weren't expecting them.
Yeah. It's a great module. So what we're going to talk about on this episode is just kind of a smattering of things that have happened over the last 3 weeks. So we're going to talk about some AI stuff that's come out, some changes to the mission editor, which Jimmy will jump into, the way the warehouse system has changed in the game and how it's been incorporated in what we're doing on our campaign, which is awesome. Fox 3 and HIP had a tournament that went for 3 weeks, and we assisted him in that. We'll talk a little bit about that. Fifi's going to show off a new toy he just got.
Thanks, Glutes. Thanks, Glutes.
Since we're talking Warbirds and you're talking about flying Warbirds, do you want to hit on what Gray Flag has got coming up on the 23rd of November? I think, was it 23rd?
Yes,
23rd November.
Which is a really big day for us. It's our birthday. Not really a birthday, but it's a special day for us.
It's a birthday. The only thing I can think about when you say that is the scene from Thor. It wasn't Love and Thunder, but Thor Ragnarok, where Jeff Goldblum played that like king of that planet, and when they stole
not the collector, it was
yeah. But they stole a spaceship and they hit the big red button and it's like, it's my birthday.
And all the fireworks went off and everything.
Is that day our birthday? When did we start this?
No, it's another big day for us.
Okay, another big day. All right,
another big day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
all right,
they're recreating a famous mission from World War II over in the Gray Flag World War II server. And if you like to fly the Mosquito, or really anything, but if you really like to fly the Mosquito, you want to be there for it. I think that the sign-ups on the Gray Flag server, it's gonna be going down pretty good. So definitely go sign up and go fly it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Grey Wolf is really excited about it, and everybody else is.
What's the name of the prison?
I can't remember.
I've got it pulled up here. It's Operation Jericho.
There it is.
The actual raid on the Amiens. However you say that.
This is cool because Normandy just got a huge update, and that was part of the update.
So yeah,
through that,
and we can talk a little bit about the Normandy update too. But so what the actual mission was a low level ingress with mosquitoes, a real world mission where they flew in with mosquitoes secretly and attacked a prison to knock the walls down and help resistance fighters escape. And that's what they're reenacting on the Gray Flag server. So that event is coming up. So go sign up for that. It's going to be awesome. I think they've got P-47s and Mozzies if you have one of those modules. If you don't, then 2-week trial one right before that. So you can go in and fly
Problem solved.
And go in and do a mass raid on the prison, which as a part of the Normandy update, where they've updated the scenery and made the map look even better, even though it was already great. One of the buildings that was added in was that prison. So you're actually attacking the prison where it's at, where it was in real life, when these British forces surprised and knocked the wall down and helped the resistance fighters escape. Super, super badass.
It is. It's DCS gives us these tools to like recreate these things, and it's awesome to actually see Gray Flag putting this all together to reenact, such a feat.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna try to fly it. We've got other stuff that day scheduled for the Hi Alpha Studios guys, but I think it would be cool to jump in and fly that.
And I think the other cool thing is how Grey Wolf gave us a hint of what's other things that they are cooking. Not our news to tell, but it's exciting and it's going to be super cool. And you guys definitely need to keep an eye out on the Gray Flag servers.
I can't keep the secret. It's pancakes.
It's pancakes. Yeah.
Yes.
Pancakes.
Yeah. They're going to have a pancake Saturday.
Making
I love
pancakes,
pancakes.
making pancakes.
I do be loving pancakes.
I had pancakes yesterday. Anyways.
I did too, actually. That's why I said pancakes.
Since we're still talking about Warbirds, the AI Lancaster came out in the last patch. We're not really digging into the patch and what came out, but the AI Lancaster is worth talking about. And yes, right now,
not part of the patch.
Oh,
They
was it
just
not?
kind of no
It's
coinciding because it's a community mod, so it was just timing coincidental.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was in the
And
patch
this
notes.
is
But in
something
any
that-
case,
No.
the AI Lancaster is out. And yes, it's just another AI bomber for World War II missions.
For now.
But it is cool. It's a Lancaster. But why is the AI Lancaster coming out so important?
But why?
But why?
Come on.
May I help shed light on this?
Please, sir. Please
So,
educate us.
Please, sir, may I
the
have some
last-
more?
I think it's 3 years. What's the name of the studio?
I've got it here. Stand by.
Oh my God.
Project
by.
Lancaster.
Yeah, so Project Lancaster has been in the works for the last couple of years to bring the Lancaster to DCS. And the reason we're excited about the AI coming over to our end of DCS, that we can incorporate it, is that means that the 3D modeling is done. The stuff behind it to make the 3D model work is in the background. And we're getting close to having a multi-crew, multi-engine World War II bomber to go bomb stuff with.
We are. Yes, it is. And it's at least as of right now, it's a free mod. And
Yep.
if you go to their Discord, Project Lancaster DCS, and you look at what they have gotten done so far, it is phenomenal. So with all of the wishing and hoping, and everyone's like, well, I would love a B-17. Maybe not going to get a B-17, but you will get a multi-crew World War II bomber.
It's the freaking
'Cause
Lancaster.
you have
Lancaster's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, because you on it's a four engine plane.
With Merlin,
it has-
Rolls Royce Merlins on it too.
4.
Not one.
It has nose gunner. Oh, not waist. I don't know.
It's like a
What's the
turret.
top
It's like
waist?
a top
It's
dorsal.
Yeah,
a dorsal turret,
Dorsal.
a tail
Yep,
gun.
dorsal turret. There we go, and a tail gunner. And if the AI model is pretty good. The day it came out, I put it in mission editor, and I was like, I'm gonna go fly with them. And I put like 20 109s to fly a flight of 4, and me in a spit. And I just wanted to watch like the Lancasters, interact, because they shoot, they get shot, they die, they parachute. Like it looks just like any AI that's inside DCS right now. So
Yes.
it's exciting.
I can share it if you want. I can share a picture on here. I don't know if that's going to mess up the editing later, but
We'll figure it out.
well. In that case, here is from their Discord.
Yeah.
What's on the
Oh.
way?
Oh
And
dear.
I would also
God,
add
that's
it's
beautiful.
it's not just it is, dude. It looks really good, and it's not just like one library. There's 10 in there right now, and they're all, let's say 8 of them were historically accurate.
God,
maybe?
it's
I
like
don't
the
remember.
it's the night.
it looks
bomber.
good.
It's the night bomber.
It looks
version.
good. It sounds good. It acts good.
Yeah. Anyways, that is on the way.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And so that's why we're excited. Yeah, it's just an AI bomber that you can throw in mission editor and fly with, but that means they're getting much closer to completion.
Yep.
And excited. So I'll say, and Jimmy can lean up and wink. So to Project Lancaster, if you guys are watching and you want to come on here to the podcast and you want to tell everybody about what you're working on, so that we don't just talk out of our ass about it. We'd love to have you.
Or if you want to give us early access so that we can
Oh my
help
God.
hype it.
Oh my God.
We're not going to just straight up ask for that, but Jimmy's just
Or if
straight
you
up
want to hit us
asking
with
for it.
early access and we'll help hype it. I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
won't say no. Fifi will probably say no because he's like, oh, I got some ethical dilemma. No, I want a World War II multi-engine, multi-crew bomber.
we
We
have
all
been
know
granted
that-
early access to other stuff, and we are on the Heapler early access press team, so we can legitimize ourselves a little bit in that way. We are also supposed to be on the early access team for the F-100 from Gurnelli. So if you're watching, there is a little bit of legitimacy behind what Jimmy's asking, but we would love to have you on to talk about it. And yeah, I'm in the off chance that one of our 14,000 subs is one of these guys.
Right.
Oh, hold up. Hey,
Hold up.
nine line. I haven't seen a GIF in a while. Could you hook us up? With a
Yeah,
GIF?
we haven't heard from them in a minute. Like we've been all on our own little corners. So
It's because we've been playing video games and not doing
it's
this.
true. We haven't been doing our
I know.
job.
Actually, no. I mean, I need to GIF 9 line, and if you could, know anybody at Project Lancaster, so we're not just randomly
Sharko.
trolling there.
Isn't Sharko like buddies with everyone in DCS? So
It's true. Sharko knows
I think
everybody.
Sharko is the DCS
Sharko,
buddy.
he's the one who hooked us up with the Spain Virtual Air Force that we did before. So like, Sharko, we're calling on you. Hook us up. Get these guys
By the
in
way,
touch with us.
Kiro, if you're watching, bonjour.
Bonjour.
We love you. We love you.
What's up, homie?
All right, let's. I know this is one that Jimmy gets really excited about. Let's talk about changes that happened to the mission editor, and that will lead us
Good.
into Warehouse and Mad Duke, and a whole discussion about why we haven't put out an episode.
Yeah,
3
really.
weeks.
It's true. Oh man, the mission.
Before we dive into this, though, Wags, looking at you.
Oh.
Can we get a undo button inside the mission editor for when we accidentally undo a group that we spent like an hour setting up advanced waypoints for, please? Because we can control C, we can control V. I want control Z, please.
Is it really?
Please.
Really? Oh, this is a story. No. We can't gloss over this. Story time.
No, I'm telling you, like, so 2 weeks ago, Scud and I spent our Sunday together building Scud's first mission. And he even did it halfway
Baby's
through the
first
day.
mission.
He went to, baby's first mission. You
Yeah.
know, it was so cute. But, I mean, it works good. Halfway through, he had a group that he was making. You know, look at me. Perfect little mission editor.
Dude, I'm so lost in it.
So, no, because Scud did it. Halfway through, he had a group. He was on his third or fourth waypoint doing the advanced waypoint options. And he went to hit delete, like he was going to delete a waypoint. And what did he do? Deleted the whole group, and it was gone. So he had to start again from scratch.
And that was the first thing I asked. I'm like, oh, is there an undo button? And Jimmy's like, no, you fucking idiot.
Hey, that's my name. Hey.
And it was funny because, like, I even, like, it was like 15 minutes before that. I warned him. I was like, bro, if you're going to delete something, hit the DEL button in the mission editor, not on your keyboard. He's like, yeah, whatever.
I got this.
Hey, how do I get that back? It's gone, dude.
That's rough.
And I'm singing, I'm like, just in the wind.
You're my boy, Blue.
Dude, I love that movie.
That's painful.
Mission editor, big. Well, actually, it kind of ties into a few things, right? Because we can talk warehouse and then also the copy tools.
That was the intent. Yeah.
Yep. So about a year ago, we got new tools inside the mission editor that came with the warehouse.
I think we set him up for this.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go continue.
Shut up, Air
Continue.
Force PT shirt guy.
Air Force
But,
PT shirt.
it was like a year and a half ago, we started to get the warehouse options inside mission editor where we could say, airbase 1, you get 5 bombs, first people to grab them, you get your bombs, everybody else, you're fucked. It's really cool because you can build out every airbase with a certain amount of fuel, certain amount of rockets, certain amount of gas, which is fuel, bombs, like everything.
And munitions, which are bombs.
And munitions, and then pods, and then equipment, and then all the AN everythings. But
everything.
But no, it
And gas, too.
and gas too, just in case you were wondering. Not diesel. JP8, basically the same thing, just dirtier.
Answer.
But no, it's a whole another part of DCS and mission making and the sandbox that they give us to like build the video games that we want to play, because DCS is awesome because you can make it anything you want. And with these tools, the copy all tool, which came out in this last patch, it makes it a lot easier. Because you used to, originally, a year and a half ago, you'd have to go through and set every warehouse for every airbase. And then we got the copy tool to where you could copy from airbase 1 to airbase 2, airbase 3, airbase 4. So you had to like click, click, click every time through. But now, this is beautiful. This is awesome. I want to high five whoever, engineered this, whoever did like the work on it. High five, sticker pack, Hi of Hooligans,
Sticker
like
pack.
everything. Now you can select, copy to all airbases, all FARPs. All ships and all others, or you can select all red air bases, all red FARPs, Same thing with blue. All blue ships, all blue others. And so you can set a warehouse for red coalition, you can set a warehouse for blue coalition, and then fights on. And that's really cool because you could have a group of, say, friends, say there's, 6 total, 3 people on red, 3 people on blue, and you can say red bases only get these aircraft and these munitions, blue only gets these. But if you capture each other's bases, you capture that warehouse, and you can have the ability to use those weapon systems. So you can make a pretty cool environment to play with, to where you can stage different aircraft, different places, and as you capture them, without any scripting at all, and just using the mission editor, you can have unique weapons and airframes per base. Segue into Mad Duke's script. So everybody knows what a persistent dynamic campaign is. Break that down real quick.
If you don't know,
persistent,
then Jimmy's insulting you.
I was going to say, if you don't know what it is, you probably can't afford it. But
what's a ZJ?
Name that movie.
What's a ZJ?
Yeah, ZJ. What the fuck's a ZJ? If you don't know, you can't afford it. But everybody knows what. Review. Scatterbrain Jane. Persistent, runs all the time, 24/7. Dynamic has some sort of scripting logic or AI logic that says, hey, I have this many resources I'm allowed to use. I have this menu, and I'm going to send this amount of red people at you. The most famous implementation of this is on the very near and dear to everybody's hearts, but Foothold. Foothold was made a few years ago by a guy who stepped away from DCS, and it broke for. Oh, I love you too.
Oh my god,
My
wife was going to bed. Oh my god, you know what?
Oh,
I have a healthy relationship, and I'm happy with it. Leave me alone.
what's that like?
Trouble.
So anyways, Foothold, really awesome script, really awesome AI logic, and it lets us fight these wars that are not scripted, so we don't know what's going to happen. And that's pretty much what every server that's a server runs some sort of version of Foothold. Even when you go to Grey Flag doesn't use it. They have their own scripting, but it still draws from those lessons that were learned from those early Foothold missions. But one shortfall of that persistent dynamic campaign was always the warehouse system, because there is no save state for DCS. Yes, you can make a mission, you can fly half a mission, you can click save and create a save, either on your standalone or on a server. But that doesn't save, like AI logic. It doesn't save resources, doesn't save FARPs, doesn't save points. There's a lot to it. So that's like the save function that's built organically into DCS is a very small aperture for what needs to be captured to make a continuous state of a mission. And this is important because if you have a server that you're hosting out of your house and it needs a reboot or a Windows update, or your power goes out or the internet goes out, you have to restart it. If it's not saved, you start back at square one. So that's where the Foothold scripting is really awesome, because it saves every 60 seconds. The missing piece to that Foothold was the warehouse system, because it would save everything minus bombs, bullets, gas. And Mad Duke,
which is fuel. Which is fuel.
Petrol.
Yeah.
It's a combustible liquid. When combined with spark and pressure, makes the modern combustion engine make magic happen.
Science.
Science rules. But Mad Duke has created a parallel script that saves in the same manner as Foothold does the full warehouse state. And I was lucky enough to stumble across this, and he was like, hey, you want to run it? And I was like, bro, yes. Do I shit on a toilet? Yeah. And so
no, you shit in a bag in a
Not all the time.
Humvee. There's a whole episode about this. There's
exactly.
there's swag stickers of you shitting in
There
a bag
is.
in a Humvee. So
this checks. But so anyways, we were lucky enough to start running it, and it is completely changed the way we play the game, because his script has got a lot of fantastic options. So we're playing a Foothold style mission made by Lekka with a little bit of whipped cream on top, from your boy. But what we've done is we've taken a lot of these different products, and we're running it now a persistent dynamic campaign on our servers. Come join the 56 operation group. And for the first time, I think in 5 or 6 years of flying DCS, this is like the most full campaign I think any of us have ever flown, because this script saves every 600 seconds, which you can change. It saves the warehouse state. So what we do is we start with one airbase, and then we have 54 objectives that we have to capture. But as we capture these bases, we show up magically. Guess what? There's not NATO airplanes and NATO bullets and NATO gas there. You know, it's all Russian shit. So we have to move all of our stuff forward. And that's what Mad Duke's script has done. It's made it possible to have a persistent dynamic campaign carry on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And every single action that you do moving from warehouse to warehouse saves.
So
good. Can you explain that to us a little bit more with better words than what I'm articulating?
Less technical babble, more what this actually means. And so, yes,
there we go.
We're running right now, not to like self-promote, but that's where we get experience with this. We're running a Cold War era campaign on Cold War Germany map. And
so good.
Most people, it is easily the best campaign we've had and ran so far. And this is part of it. So what you're used to seeing
the winner
on a lot
of the campaign
servers,
wins a module of their choice as well. Just
yes, can join and fly with us and win something.
If you want something.
Normally you jump in and even any persistent campaign, and the objective is to take points, right? Push the war back. And
what does it normally look like?
That's what I'm getting at. You normally land. You go to base X, waypoint number, whatever, and you fight. You kill everything, and you land, and you take the waypoint, and then that becomes your new spawn point. You're like, oh, cool. Now I can rearm here. I can refuel here. I can now spawn all my jets here, and it's just like as the front line moves, that just becomes your forward base of operations. What it looks like now is like Jimmy said, we push and we take an airfield. And that airfield is now ours. You can land on it. You can repair there, but there are no munitions. There are no airplanes. If you land and deslot, your airplane is saved in the warehouse, and the weapons that were on it are now saved in the warehouse. So if you land with an A-10 with, rockets and a couple health or a couple Mavericks, that's all that's in the warehouse there. That's it. What it has pushed and enforced, which makes the war feel really awesome, is logistics. This is the first time where logistics, and without the C-130, the Anubis mod free C-130 doesn't really work on this campaign right now. But with the absence of the C-130, the Chinook now has a legit role, as well as the Hind. Those are the two aircraft where this is implemented most appropriately. So you've got to have somebody jumping in a Chinook, and people are like, well, what base are we going to make our new forward operating base? All right, let's start bringing munitions there. Let's start ferrying aircraft there. If people are asking, I need Mark 82s, I need Mavericks, I need Zuni rockets, I need AIM-7s. And so people are loading up in Chinooks and flying them to that base and then supplying it. And so it adds this whole logistic supply chain, and the Chinook picks up this legit mission now, where it was kind of lost in the weeds before because it didn't really need to use it. The way it's implemented through the warehouse system is, and why it's just these two airplanes right now, is you load it in the ARM refuel menu, and you actually go in and you click on load cargo, and there's a list of everything in that warehouse, and you load your cargo in the aircraft, which there's little quirky things that make it feel right. Like you're like, oh, okay, I want to load this pallet, and the computer's like, well, open the back hatch, idiot. And you're like, okay. So you open the back hatch, and then you fly and land, and you don't have to do anything other than open the back hatch and then click unload cargo. And as soon as that cargo unloads, it's in the warehouse. And so now you're back and forth doing logistics. And in the way Jimmy has it scripted in the campaign is that you earn points for doing that, and you get more points for the
Mad Duke.
Oh, is
Mad
that?
Duke.
Well, it's in there.
Mad Duke.
So you earn points in the campaign, and you get more points for the farther you fly moving logistics. So it has made the war slow down. It's made the war more heavy on communication, on people bringing supplies,
and
on coordinating attacks and working together. Yeah. So it does seem like maybe it's a grind, like, oh, well, now I'm going to have to move all these bombs and weapons, but it has made it feel a lot more integrated and realistic.
And everybody talks a lot more to each other now, and I think that's like the coolest part about it is the fact that now it's not just onesies and twosies on. Like it's a community effort, and seeing everybody talking together and doing all that kind of stuff is really fun. And I have a sneaky suspicion that this cargo style is probably what you're gonna see in the future.
Yeah, this whole change is been incorporated, moving with the C-130 development for how that's going to be implemented. And I wish we had it now, because we're going to get to a point where the Chinook's too slow to move lots of stuff really far. So as this logistics as this logistics idea starts getting incorporated into more and more DCS play, the Chinook and then when the C-130 comes out, they're going to have a huge role, and it's going to be legit. It's not just going to be a novelty where you're like, okay, cool, I can kind of fly the C-130 around. But like in certain campaigns, you're going to need people that know how to do that. And
That didn't work.
And really also, I want to throw a shout out to Gray Flag, Jimmy, yourself, and I think Rotor Ops kind of does it as well. But those are the 3 servers that I have flown across DCS that have some sort of integrated logistics gameplay, where like all these game ideas, it's obvious that's where they've come from, kind of thing. And so if you guys haven't flown any of these 3 servers, you're going to want to, so that way you can understand how to plan that kind of stuff out in the future.
Well, we're talking about it too, just other things, again, since we're talking about it, just to brag about what has made this campaign feel awesome and better than our previous ones or some of the stuff I've flown on other servers. There's a lot of other things that Jimmy has incorporated into it. So there's not really an there's not really an opportunity to just call in, like in the past, call in cap and then just ground war your way across the map. The cap is going to be implemented based on how many players are online. So if it's just 1, 2, a couple players,
that's Lekka magic.
There's going to be some cap AI that automatically flies. But then if there's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players, the cap's turned off, AI caps. And it's like, well, all right, cool. You can't just rely on AI to do this for you. You've got enough people where you should be coordinating and running cap. And then the mission right now is it's not very heavy adversarially because we're at the beginning. But as the map gets pushed back further and further, red air becomes more and more potent. So the gameplay difficulty is going to pick up substantially the farther we go. And then the CSAR scripting. So if there's down pilot, if somebody ejects,
that's Moose,
and a helicopter goes and picks them up, which is it's scripting that's been there before. But what you've added in now is not just that you get points for rescuing pilots, but they get their points if you rescue them. So now, like when somebody does get shot down or eject, they're much more like inclined to yell and say, "Somebody go pick my pilot up," because the points aren't lost. They're
waiting to get picked up.
They're there with the pilot. The other cool thing that I really liked about like going back to the cap thing was, remember what because the early A dropped like right around the beginning of the campaign when we dropped the campaign, and we had like a whole flight of Tomcat guys going out and hunting red air and hunting the end of the red air AWACS and stuff like that. And that was like their whole thing. They're like, hey, we're just going to be up here burning holes in the sky, shooting down anything that comes near us. Yeah. You know, that was super cool to watch because they were coordinating.
Yeah, that's one thing. So that's another part that I really like. Leica, your missions are beautiful. They're magic. Like what you've done with Foothold, really, really good. It's what I hope Dynamic Campaign can match what Leica makes with these.
Yeah.
But when we get those 6, 7, 8, we had like 11 people on the other night, which is awesome.
In the middle of the week. In the middle of the week.
It was like Wednesday at like 11 o'clock. I'm telling you, like, we haven't put on a podcast because we've been flying every night, just like having fun and giggling. Like, let's see how many A4s we can kill today.
Yeah.
At our own hands.
Yeah.
But with the reduction of cap, it forces us to actually plan like, hey, I can bring supplies to you, but I need you to take down those MiGs. Or, I can't do that because there's a flak battery that's going to fry me every time I fly past this. So we have to coordinate. We have to work together. We have to hold hands and be friends.
Yeah.
It's awesome because Iron Mike, not Iron Mike, from Heapler, Iron Mike from Hi of Hooligans. This dude will literally strap every missile he can on a Tomcat, and he will fly right above you. And he's like, "I got you, dude." And it's like guardian angel.
Yeah, it's
And it's funny
been a
'cause,
lot
like,
of fun.
He's like, "Hey, can you bring me some bombs?" And I'm like, "Can you cover me?" And he's like, "Yo, I got you. Just bring me bombs." You know, so it's like a quid pro quo. You know, like
Yeah, it has made the campaign feel. I think it feels better, but it's also slowed down. So you're not just rolling through and killing a campaign. You know, you have to think and strategize and work a little bit harder, which is more fun.
it's really a testament to, we've been saying it the whole time, like DCS gives you all the tools, make whatever you want, and this is cool because it's not something that I made or one person made. Like, this is like the mixing pot of what the community can really make together. I think
it's not on our list of things to talk about, and I'm not going to dive deep into all the changes, but I do want to say this type of persistent dynamic campaign, if this can grow in popularity and be incorporated more often, mixed with what Heapler's just now doing with the F4, making a persistent airframe.
Yes.
And I'm not going to jump into all the Heapler changes and all the patch notes and stuff, but
That's a lot.
That
Except
is-
for the intruder.
that is what we can, that the fact that we have a persistent aircraft now that tracking on tail number, the tire wear and systems wear, malfunctions, damage, that now it's an F4, so there's not like as much to wear and tear that you can manage. But if we can have a dynamic campaign that also tracks aircraft wear and tear so that you have to take care of the airplane, that would make it a really, really good. I hope that whatever they did to make that happen rolls over into all the other airplanes, because yes, it's cool that they're doing it on the F4, but can you imagine doing that with Warbirds? Because Warbirds is all about keeping the engine happy. And then there's all these rules like, this is your cruise power setting. This is, climb power. And this is why you don't do this with the prop. And like when I'm teaching people like why and how you do things with the engines in Warbirds, they're like, well, will it blow the engine up? And I'm like, well, not now. But if you did that over time, it would. And they're like, oh, won't do it right now. Okay, F it. And it's like in Warbirds, if they could manage, if you could track engine wear and people started wearing these planes out, it would force people to fly much more appropriately.
Dude, imagine persistent dynamic campaign with assigned tail numbers and persistent wear on the aircraft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that together, oh my gosh. Like, whew. Yes, let's do it.
That is like, if there was anything that was like anti-Warhammer, that, or not Warhammer, what is it?
War Thunder?
War Thunder, yeah. The other one, if that was anti-War Thunder, that's what that would be. Like the persistent wear, move your own bombs, move your own bullets.
I'm just
labels.
Personally right now, I'm just worried about
cold start.
I'm worried about just the fact that one of the things they mentioned was tire wear, because I can't land the F4 very good for shit. And if tire wear is a legit tracked item, dude, I'm gonna start finding myself in trouble.
Tire wear is not a problem when you blow them out every time you land, so I'm good.
So Heapler is now on the table, and Fifi mentioned it. We will talk about, like we did with the AI Lancaster, the AI Intruder is out. Well, it's just another AI airplane. Why is that so important?
No, it's not out yet. It didn't come. It's
supposed to come out. Yeah,
we wanted. Remember, we were like all sad face.
It's coming.
There's a sad face in the notes.
But yeah, we talked about the Intruder. We talked about the A6 on the Fox 3 interview episode, or I'm sorry, the Heapler interview episode. But yeah, we were waiting for that to come out, this patch. It did not come out, but I think it's close, which means they're getting much further in development on that.
Yes.
I want an Intruder. There was an Intruder. I
super
just toured the Midway, the USS Midway aircraft carrier in San Diego this few days ago, and they had an A6 on the deck, and that thing was so strapped with bombs. It was just loaded with Mark 82s, and I was like, oh,
it's a
please,
dude.
And
it's
then
a bad bird.
And then Scud was asked not to come back. Why are you licking the airplane, Scud?
the intruders taste like intruders.
I want to feel the metallic taste of my skin.
This one tastes like a snake eye, and this one tastes like a
You're
slick.
now on a TSA registry.
Fox 3, our sponsor, got together with Hip Games and did a tournament a few weeks ago. 3 weeks, 3 Saturdays in a row.
A few weeks. in a row.
So
Yeah.
quick
And that's
breakdown
the
of what
other-
it was, and
We were
go
also
ahead.
there for a while, so that's also why we haven't put out an episode. 'Cause
Yeah,
we were-
that is true. We
we
were
were
busy
pretty-
helping them with their tournament. So their tournament was over three. It was three separate tournaments over 3 weekends. The first one was a
Gate race.
timed course gate race. Jimmy, you were the one that was
was-
helping with that.
Yeah.
It was. I also flew it.
Yeah.
That was fun. So it's in Vegas. You take off and you make a right-hand turn and you basically race down the strip, around the towers, over the pyramids, up around the needle. There's 170-degree turns everywhere, 90-degree banks everywhere. An absolute awesome new experience to DCS because everyone's like, tournament, yo, no hot guns fight, freaking it's a dog fight, Mav, or whatever.
Big red
But this
pilot.
was awesome because you had to manage energy, you had to manage speed, you had to absolutely know your aircraft's capability and what you could carry through, these turns and these gates. And the gates were awesome because they were custom, made and they had collisions. So if you clipped a gate with a wing, bye wing. It was just fun. It was completely
It's brutal.
it was very, very fresh, very fun, and I'm excited to see where that style of competition can go in the future.
So the next weekend, and they were giving away prizes each weekend. The next
Yep.
weekend they did their air to ground, their
No,
air to
air.
air, their air
Yep.
to air, and it is kind of like at first kind of like a normal nose to nose guns hot fight, but they did it. It was, you could tell that they were working with or talking to some folks that know Air Force engagements and training and practices because it was built off of how Air Force pilots set up and train for these. So it started off with
more.
with two jets 9,000 feet apart, line abreast, go in the same direction, and then they would both turn in. So it's a 9K high aspect setup. They would turn in, merge, and fight. And that fight was a normal guns only, no shooting until the merge, high aspect fight. And the time was unlimited on it, but the aircraft were balanced on fuel. They each had 3 minutes of burner. And it was only Hornets and Vipers. But what was interesting and what made it different, I liked it, was that whoever lost that fight got their choice for the next fight. And the next fight was a 6K offensive defensive setup, which means that you're 6,000 feet apart. You are in a 45-degree bank turn, and somebody is the defender and somebody is the offender. And whoever lost got their choice to be defense or offense. And that was a timed attack. You had 90 seconds. So if you were the defender, you had 90 seconds to not get shot. And if you were the offender, your job was to kill the enemy within 90 seconds. And that's how that fight was won or lost. If that ended up in a draw, then they swap positions. So a different take on how to set up and run a dogfight tournament. That was cool. The last week was the air to ground engagement. That was my favorite setup that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was really cool.
It was not just air to ground drop. It was unguided bombs, unguided rockets, guns. But it wasn't just take off and go on a range and see who can hit the target.
And gates.
That's what I was
And
going to say.
gates.
It was a
Yeah.
timed course
Damn gates.
below 300 feet AGL through terrain, and you would hit the gate immediately before the first target engagement zone. And at that gate, you would pop up, and there was a Mark 82s on ships. So in a lake, there were 4 ships, and there was smoke in the middle. So you would pop up, and they would give you a dynamic tasking like strike the northwest boat. So you would pop up, get a tasking, roll in, strike the target. You had to flare off target, and then back into the timed course. Same thing, pop up out of a gate for vehicles for a rocket attack, back down into the course after flaring, pop up for a gun run, back down into the course and through the finish line. And so they took your overall time. They added, for every second you were above 300 feet, you got a second added to your time. For every gate you missed was 10 seconds. For every time you didn't flare off target, it added 10 seconds. And for the Mark 82s, any bomb that missed more than 25 meters added time. And for the rocket and guns, anything that was not a direct hit added time. So it was really cool to see an engagement for air to ground that included a little bit of dynamic tasking, but then had all these rules that made it a timed course.
Required precision.
Yeah, it definitely
very, very fun to watch. Fifi flew it reluctantly. He wasn't going to fly it. He was just going to help us run it, and then we all guilted him into it. And and that is on our YouTube channel, so you can see Fifi's run, and you can hear us talking shit about him the entire time. Actually, I'm going to take that back. We talked shit about him right off the bat, right from the beginning, and then about the time he did his first pop-up and dropped his first bomb, we were like, oh, shit, okay. We're not going to talk shit anymore.
No, we did. So we did the first 20% all talking shit. Last 20% all talking shit. Because there was points added for misses. There's points added for missed gates popping up. And we, little heckling. But at the end, the finish line, Fifi misses it by like a mile.
He misses the whole finish line gate.
He's burning around. And we're like, he's back. Fifi's back. He can't even fly to the gate. Like...
If you go listen to it too, and we've talked about this since the tournament, the very first thing we're doing is we're like joking about Fifi being lost in the cockpit. Like, oh, where are my switches? Which ones do I turn on? And then we find out later that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah. Like, you guys' commentary was so spot on about exactly what was happening. And I was like, and when I watched it, I was like, oh no, they know me too well now.
So I knew it because DCS captures head movement, and your head just keeps going like this, like down to your left butt cheek, right butt cheek, left butt cheek, right butt cheek. I was like, he forgot where shit was.
In his defense, he hadn't flown the Hornet in months and months and months. And the entire dogfight tournament, the number one thing Fifi shit on everyone for was whether they lined up on center line on the runway. So the moment he started taxiing out, I'm like, you better be on center line.
And I was. Except for when I forgot my takeoff trim, and then I kind of veered off center line a little bit because I was looking for my takeoff trim button, which Glue also called out on my takeoff roll. He was like, "Oh, he probably forgot his takeoff trim," and in that moment I did forget my takeoff trim. So...
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
Well done on the tournaments. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was legitimately nervous flying that because it was like it was challenging, and then you're sitting in there in the room with the proctors of the purveyors of said tournament, and then like Luck was really nice. Yeah, Luck was really nice. He was and AC was pretty funny about it too because they were like, you good, Fifi? And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. If I'm good or not. And they're like, well, take your time. It's okay. Like they were like just trying to sweet talk me through it. And then,
they were the guys on the mic announcing, but there were like 3 other people in that room that were just grading. So it's like it's like you look at, you're like, these guys are talking to me, and then you look at the side of the room and there's 3 like stern faces, with papers like it's a little slow to get started. Nope, didn't line up on center line. Like they're nitpicking everything.
Wearing Air Force PT shirt from the 90s.
Not a PT shirt. Oh my god.
So that was fun. On the topic of tournaments, we do have we still have the Jester's Dead, but that's getting it will happen. Jester's Dead will happen. It's getting pushed back a little because we got roped into a different tournament that is tentatively scheduled right now for the weekend between New Year's and Christmas. We're not going to talk more about that yet because it's still in development, but it will be big. It will be similar to our dogfight tournament, but it will be much bigger. Probably at least over the course of 2 days. We don't know how many people. We're hoping probably around 100 players. We did 30 something on our tournament.
All of them.
So it's going to be listen up. There's going to be more news as soon as we're allowed to say it. But we're partnering up with some other folks to make this happen.
We're allowed to. We just don't want to say anything before we have like hard set plans.
Yeah, I don't know yet if we've gotten the okay to say who we're working with yet. But we're working with another group to put on a bigger dogfight tournament. So that's coming up around the corner. In the meantime, Fifi, do you want to do a little show and tell?
Oh yeah. So Glutes, thanks Glutes. Actually, I just messaged Glutes and he just responded to me just now about this finally coming in. He sent me this. So he had this laying around because in the spirit of just everybody sending Fifi used items.
Send Fifi shit.
Send Fifi, but it can't be new. It has to be used.
Yes.
It has to be something.
I was going to literally send you a shit.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Used
Q-tips.
So
like peanut butter scraping ones. Like,
I'll use it to stir my coffee in the morning. But
oh,
but
too far. In
but
this week's episode of Florida Man,
Dude, we were going to make poop jokes, and now we're way beyond that.
it's just-
earwax and coffee is too far, dude.
yeah, it adds like a rich texture to it. But anyways, no. So he sent this. So everybody knows
Big
I'm a
words
flat
for that
panel
one.
guy and I'm not a VR guy. Because I'm cheap.
Boo.
Because I'm cheap.
Pilgrim.
So the other issue I've always had with Track IR is the fact that I live in Florida, and in Florida, all the houses are very bright and white, and I got white tile. There's a lot of sunlight always coming in. You can kind of see over my shoulder. That's my sliding glass door, and then like my kitchen over here has like a whole window thing going on, and so my Track IR would always bite off over there. And so if I was ever flying with anybody, like I would be like looking at something, and then it would my Track IR would like absolutely freak the hell out, and I don't have the space or really the means to really put up like any sort of like weird dark enclosure. So this is a system called the Grass Monkey, and it's basically like a super Track IR, and it's wireless one, so you don't have to have like all that wire bullshit hanging onto your head. It's battery powered. So it looks just like the Track IR. I'm gonna attach this to the side of my headset. This literally just got in today, so I'm gonna try it out later. I'll do a little review on it. But the other cool thing is Track IR works with an IR sensor, and it's like an IR camera on it, and that's where you would get bit off on stuff. But this actually is an IR camera with an IR filter on it, so that way you don't ever have to worry about light pollution on your stuff. And so I'm going to be testing this out and see how this works with like some brightly lit stuff behind me and see if that works really well. It's got a cool little thing. It's all 3D printed, so it's like pretty cheap. And it's got the Grass Monkey. I forgot, it's like Grass Monkey, like Track IR setup, or I don't know if you can call it Track IR, but it's that. But yeah, I'm going to be trying it out. I think it runs off of your OpenTrack AI, which is what I use right now. I actually use this webcam, to do OpenTrack AI face tracking. And I actually really like it because it's really nice, but I'm gonna mess with that and see what happens. So, yeah, that's what that is.
Awesome.
Grass Monkey Simulations. Get your head in the game. Is
Yep.
their slogan.
That's what it is. So I'll be trying that out and seeing how that works.
That's cool. So, send Fifi stuff.
I'm looking for rudder pedals right now. I'm probably gonna have
Send
to.
them shit.
I'm gonna have to buy the second item that I've ever bought for this computer, which is rudder pedals. So
If you end up getting rudder pedals, you have zero excuse anymore for not flying rotor wing with us.
that's part of the reason why I want to fly get rudder pedals. So I
And
can fly rudder
on
wing.
that note, we've already told you that Chinook doesn't really require rudder pedals like a normal
Yeah.
helicopter, and you still won't fly it with us.
I know. I'm working on some other stuff. I'm actually working on talking with the wing guys right now. Oh, by the way, I haven't told you guys that. So we'll talk about that later.
You can drop that live to us. Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah. We're
Hey, I'm talking to the mailman. So,
Dude.
we'll save that one for later, guys.
yeah, well, I don't want to announce anything yet, but we're working on it. So, some other stuff going on there. So
Jimmy, you got a shout out for some folks that have helped us out a lot too, right?
I do. I'm looking at the Grass Monkey Simulations right now.
oh, he's obsessed with this now. It looks
One thing you didn't cover is they have actual multiple models to fit with different
Yeah.
shapes of different headsets. Very cool.
yeah. I'm gonna do a review on it. I'm gonna mess with it.
do a review. Tell us what you think about it,
Do you, boo?
and then maybe we talk to these guys. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's all like 3D,
yeah,
3D
shout out.
printed.
Yeah. Shout outs. We want to give a shout out to two people in our group. First one is going to be Frenchie. Second one is going to be Blackbird. Both of these guys have gone above and beyond. They've been burning coffee to make mission editor in the missions for us and scripting into bad and good guys. And we just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because Frenchie and Blackbird, the training ranges that you guys have produced for us over the last 2 months are probably the best we've ever had. So it's
Yeah.
awesome. And this is like for everybody who like doesn't have a community to fly with. We always say like find a group to fly with. Come try us out, see if you like it, because I think flying DCS by yourself is fun.
if you hate yourself. But if you like yourself and you like to be happy, find a group. There's groups all over the place. We're pretty smooth with the memes too. So
Yeah, it's real. And what's cool is with Frenchie and Blackbird, one of my favorite things about how we kind of run the community is the fact that they both stepped up and they were like, "Hey, this sucks. We're gonna change it and we're gonna fix it." We're like, "Sure, go for it."
I said, "Yeah, I do suck, guys."
It's so, and then they did
It's
it.
just like Vader too. Actually, another shout out to Vader. Vader, he's kicked off Warbird Wednesdays, and that has been fantastic. You guys got to see the shit he is cooking for this week. We pre-flew it. Well, dude, we need to catch you up on a lot of these. The mission for this Wednesday is fan-freaking-tastic. Fantastic.
I love how it's Warbird Wednesdays. I love how that kicked off. That was...
It's
By
great.
the way, that was one of the things that we decided to do instead of recording every week, is we were doing Warbird Wednesdays, and because we normally kind of recorded somewhere around Wednesday or Thursday every week. Warbird
We just need
Wednesdays.
to get better at streaming it.
Yeah, we need to be better at streaming.
We need to get back and get the streaming going on. What we have kind of cooking, and this is all stuff that we don't have set dates on yet. We're still in
We
talks.
got ideas.
We're still in talks with Granelli about the F100. That development on that has slowed down a little bit just because of real life stuff. He's still working on it. He still wants to come and talk to us about it. We do have WAGs scheduled, and it is now going to be sometime in November, unless life gets in the way and that gets moved a little bit. We are in talks with the Virtual Blue Angels to do a ride along and have them as guests on board. We are in talks with Major Rain Waters, if you're familiar with him on YouTube.
F-16 demo pilot.
F-16 demo pilot, and he wants to come on and talk to us. He actually didn't he reach out to us?
I reached out to him, and but also through new friends that I've made that have been watching the podcast, we also might be doing a co-op campaign with them. More to come. I'll brief you guys.
More to come.
He met some dudes down at the Blue Pearl.
The VFW. Been hanging out at the VFW.
No, the bar from the police academy.
Oh, the Blue Oyster. Blue
Oyster, that's what it was.
Fifi frequents that. And then coming up in December next month, we are going to have a little holiday special episode. We got Santa Jimmy. I guess I'm supposed to read some sort of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
So the
bullshit
idea was,
for DCS. That'll be in work. So that's coming up. In addition to that, and I want you guys' input on whether you guys would be tuning in for this. If anyone is familiar with Mystery Science Theater 3000, we're not going to necessarily do exactly like that, but we do have some, and we're not talking movies that were meant to be funny, though we may eventually do them. We're talking about movies that were trying to be serious and are absolute dog shit aviation movies. So there's a movie called Top Gunner. I made it 5 minutes in before I was overwhelmed with the amount of shit I could talk about this movie. And there's a sequel to it. And then there's Iron Eagle 3, the Warbird Iron Eagle. There's some really bad aviation movies. And we're not stealing the Mover Ruins movies. We're just going to watch these live on our channel, and we're just going to shit talk the movie the whole time and laugh at how bad it is. So we want everyone to join us live when we do that.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it will. That's kind of what's cooking right now. But in the meantime, as we're working on episodes, what do you guys want to see? If these aren't lined up or ready to go, what does the audience want? We've done F4 deep dives. We've talked about Hornet versus Viper. We've talked about Rotor Wing. We've talked about the different types of gameplay, single player, multiplayer, milsim. Are there specific maps, specific modules, or specific things in DCS that the audience is interested in us jumping into? So write your comments.
As long as it's loosely connected to DCS and you want to see content on it, we'll make it.
Yeah.
That is
we might not make it well, but we'll make it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I just want to give us some plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into that expectation management real quick.
If you're new here and you don't know what we mean, go watch every single episode we've ever done and see how phenomenal they are.
Yeah. I don't know why everybody likes us, but thank you.
because we're all a bunch of jackasses. I think they can relate.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like people who
just
are
a dude trying to be a dude playing another dude. Not really, but we're just a bunch of dudes.
people
Having
who are
fun.
worse than I am at everything.
And we like
That's good.
DCS, so
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
All right.
So, but
This is really a long con for us because we wanted to grow a group and just have friends, more people fly with every day, and
That's-
being three of us. Sometimes
Honestly,
we don't have the
that's-
same schedule. We need to capture people and hold them hostage to come fly with
Yes.
us.
honestly, that's
Yeah.
not really.
This is
That's
this
really
is
not
a
far
long
from the truth.
con Stockholm syndrome project.
That's honestly really not far from the truth.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And it worked. Our player
Fly
pool
with me,
our player pool has doubled since this started.
dude.
Yeah.
No, we have 405 people now. The last campaign had like 72 people fly on it. Like,
Yeah.
That's
All right.
true.
And we are making friends. Like we're like people are like, you have the voice of Jester, Grey Wolf on your podcast. Like you interviewed him. I'm like, dude, he's on every other podcast now. Like
Yeah.
look at
He's-
the people that we meet. Like, dude, look at Crankshaft. Like, how many other groups have got, a gentleman of his experience, doing cargo or doing sling loads with a Chinook, dragging shit everywhere on the campaign.
yeah, we've got
Like,
it's been a good
it's
Yeah.
fun.
recruiting
our-
tool for us to have cool people to fly with.
It's really cool looking at our little special guest role area and seeing like everybody who's in there, and you're like,
Although
wow.
we haven't been populating it with the last few special guests, so we need to get back on that.
Yeah, we need to.
Match and Sick need to be in there, and there was somebody else.
We need
We need to.
to do a story time with Vulture episode.
Kiro's not
So-
on there. Iron Mike's
We
not
need-
on there.
Yep, we need Diesel to come fly with us one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar, Diesel was he was on our F4 Phantom episode, backseater in F4s in real life.
No,
No,
that
not
was
Diesel.
Vulture.
That's Vulture. Sorry, Diesel.
Yep.
Diesel. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got him backwards.
They look the same.
I'm sorry.
We
They
got you,
look
Vulture.
the same.
You spry.
Diesel from YouTube, who is working on
Yep.
the F4
civilian-
and the F100 and the Huey
Yep.
and all the other.
the only civilian-owned ones.
So yeah, that
His channel's awesome. I have been.
I love his channel.
He's like, hey guys, let's go see what's broken today. Like,
All right, Jimmy, you have to send us out with some
Wisdom.
shitty dad advice, words of wisdom.
Which is weird because I'm the one with 4 kids. Like I should be giving out the dad advice if anything. So, but we'll let
you ready
Jimmy
to
do
crawl
it.
on that horse?
It's the beard. It's the beard. That's what it is.
Dude, I had my dad advice lined up. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I just ruined it. I'm
This
sorry.
is that's the theme though. Like that's why we have Jimmy do it, because every time we bring it up at the end, he's like, "Oh, oh yeah."
I got one.
Okay.
He's
here we
on
go.
This one's going out to all the
Unfazed.
kids. This one's for all the kids. Listen, Linda, when you're sitting at dinner and you're like, "Hey, Dad, did you do this?" Yeah, we did. I did that while you were at school today. And then you're going through dinner again, and you're like, "Hey, Dad, are you sure you did this?" Yeah, I'm sure I did this. I did it like 2:00 before I went to work. It's good. And then after dinner, while you're cleaning the dishes, and you say, "Hey, Dad, are you sure you did this?" That whatever this is going to be undone immediately. Good luck putting it back together yourself. So, not dad advice, but dealing with dad advice. So, that one's fresh out as of like 3 hours ago. And since somebody's GPU is not back in their computer right now, and it's sitting over here on my desk, I win.
I don't know
Silly
what
10-year-old.
I don't know what just happened.
Wow.
God knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, but I think from the perspective of the kid.
Sometimes life lessons are best learned the hard way.
I don't even understand what. Just
I
happened.
remember that. I've been a gamer my whole life, and I remember when I was a teenager, and I don't know, back when video games were way worse than they are now. But I remember my dad installed some software to help the computer run better, and the game I was playing wouldn't run very well because of it. And I remember I mouthed off, it wasn't working, and I said something like, I remember saying something like, "It's because of this damn software." And I remember my dad just stood up and walked into the room the computer was in, did a couple things on the computer and walked out, and he said, "Good luck." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
No, so what happened was I took my daughter's GPU out of her machine and I put it in mine. I was running Project Lossless, to where I was running DCS off my main GPU, and I unloaded the DLSS onto her GPU, which was on the same motherboard and everything. And I went from like 120 FPS on my flat panel up to over 400. And it was absolutely perfect. Like fucking amazing software. But it doesn't correlate over to VR, which is what I was trying to do. I was trying to get more out of my VR. But the way it works is it takes the data from a screen capture and then it starts injecting the frames. And it can't capture off of the VR because it looks for like a traditional VGA device. So,
would you say that if someone had a 2070 Super, I can get another cheap GPU and possibly
as long as it has, yeah, 100%. It is absolutely insane. Like,
if you have an old unused GPU,
yeah,
you can send it to Fifi. We'll get you the address.
I feel like
it is.
He'll
Dude,
crack open his old server turd.
I really need to, like, I'm gonna film like.
Oh no, let me finish my story.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So I was doing that. So when my wife told my daughter, like, "Hey, your dad borrowed your GPU," and then when I got home, I put it all back together. And without even looking at her machine, she's like, "Dad, you put my GPU back?" I was like, "Yeah, I did it before I went to work." And then 10 minutes later, "Are you sure you put my GPU back?" I was like, "Have you looked at your computer yet?" "No, but did you?" And I was like, "Bro, check yourself." And then 2 minutes later, like, we're cleaning up after dinner, "Dad, seriously, did you put it back?" I was like, plate down, straight to the computer room. It's on my desk.
That's the.
Yeah.
That's where you said Scud understands. I was in the position of watching my dad get up and walk into the computer room. I was like, oh shit.
I don't understand. Like, I told you yes. I said, "Did you go look?" And instead of going and looking or be like, "Oh, okay, cool, thank you,"
But did you?
But you didn't. but you didn't put the.
Oh
GPU.
no, I did, and then I did again.
Okay.
There's a lesson in there somewhere.
Oh,
I don't know who it's for, but there's a lesson in there somewhere.
Yeah, no. With all the stuff that I keep getting, I'm gonna film like the Macklemore thrift shop video, just with all the stuff people send me.
What?
I'm just gonna.
But that apple's awesome.
DCS.
Maybe I should do a. Does anybody want to see what the what's it called? It's called lossless. Hold on, I
put it up in the Discord. Just put it up in the Discord.
Is anybody interested? Put it in the comments for the price of a 1070, which is like $50 on the used market. Double your frame rate in DCS. Comment below, and I'll do it.
For the price of a cup of coffee a day, you too could double your frames.
Dude, it is fantastic.
The birdie reference. We're back, baby. It's mine.
Dude, talk about Bernie being like the meme of a generation. Lossless scaling, that's what it is. Lossless scaling.
All right. We're just going to keep rambling until the end of the end of time. So we'll end it here. Welcome back to podcasting once every 2 weeks. We'll be back on it.
If you want more, oh, hey, one thing. Scud put out a little project about weird airplanes. Comment down below what you want, because I like that content. And as a customer,
Scud's Flying Freak Show.
I want more of that.
I have a whole bunch of airplanes lined up, but I am interested what people want to hear. So there will be more Scud's Flying Freak Show. I think the next one, not that I'm going to spoil it, but I think the next one is the Goodyear inflatable plane. Plane, wings, engine, cockpit. Totally inflatable.
Well, the first one was, I thought you were going to go another way, because the first one was the flying barrel. I was like waiting for the flying brick, but that's the F4 Phantom. So
yeah, no. So anyways, on that note, since Grey Wolf's not here to say it, I will. Rifle Kazoo.